Good day, folks. Praying that all is well. This handsome individual right here, which I really like his hair, is Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom here is the governor of California. Um, he is actually one of the top potential runners for the 2028 presidential race. Gavin Newsom, ladies and gentlemen, Gavin Newsom. Now, Gavin Newsom is going to start a podcast. And he's like, hey, we got to change this conversation. The Republicans are controlling the messaging. So he's going to try to do a podcast. And like he said, which I believe him, with people he don't agree with and whatnot. Gavin Newsom, California as a whole, has just been run to the ground. And they cannot open up, though they haven't done it for years, open up their mouth and say, oh, it's because of Republicans. It's been years, years, years since Republicans ran California. I can't even remember the last mayor. That's like Chicago. Crazy the amount. He's part of the reason that that place burned down the way it did. His country is just the most, his state, the most expensive state in the United States. Like I said, I didn't like going into California when I was a trucker. Disliked it. And that dude, listen to how crazy it is. That's why my fellow Democratic, my brothers and sisters, I'm talking about everyone. With Democrats, there it is. I had the TV on. Sorry about that. You see Newsom and the way he ran California, and from the outside looking in, you really wonder, how do these people continue to vote somebody like that in? How? New York, the exact same thing. How? I remember de Blasio. I was like, why? Part of the reason is, like the last video I made, the welfare state. These folks know, unless you have, unless if you give citizens things for free, they're probably gonna flee. MC Tonic. Yeah, it's like, yeah, just keep the voters by just giving them enough to survive for free. But yeah, they continue to vote these people in. And what's crazy is, even after the fires and all of that, you give it time. I don't think he could run for governor again. I think he already ran his terms. I believe that's correct, that he cannot run again. The presidency, though, if he could run again, after time and they forget about it, he would win. See, he knows, Democratic politicians know, they're not like Republican politicians. Republican politicians understand, they mess up, they'll lose that seat. They'll lose that seat. With Democrats, yo, no. Mm-mm. They could mess up, mess up, mess up, and they'll still be right there again in that seat. And take a look at the mayor from D.C., though they set him up. I was living in D.C. at one time. After that whole debacle, it was a few years. And I went over there to live with this girl. I spent about, I don't know, 6 months I lived in D.C. I left because it was right smack in the hood, yo. I lived in the southeast section of Dr. Martin Luther King, not far from the Potomac, the hood, straight up. I'm talking about open air markets, shootings. I finally told the old girl, yo, let me go to Atlanta first, then you follow. She was like, nah, I got my home here and all that. Yeah. And I asked her, hey, oh, how did you guys, why did you vote in the mayor after he got caught in a hotel with a horse smoking crack? She said, because he really did a good job when it came to jobs. And, he was set up. Yeah, he was set up. But yeah, they just vote him in. I mean, the craziest. Take AOC, for example. AOC, Congresswoman from New York. I hope people don't even know this or they've forgotten. AOC was literally a casting call pick. They just needed somebody to run against the dude that was holding the seat. I went through all that at one time. It's not because she knew about politics. Her first interview was a disaster. The first one I saw was a disaster. That lady doesn't know squat. She was a bartender before she became a congresswoman. Yeah. And I hate to say this because she's Puerto Rican, but even if she wasn't, again, I'm not that type. She's just not the smartest tool in the shed, yo. She's just not. And she holds these policies that are like, what are you doing? And they voted her in again. What was his name? Rangel. Charles Rangel. He was a congressman, I believe, like forever and a day. I don't know, 50 years or something. I used to be like, how is this guy still getting into office? Just crazy. But with Republicans, nah, you mess up, you're out. You're out. But with Democrats, they just keep coming. And Newsom knows this. He knows you could do about anything. If you run and they forgot about it, well, you're probably going to win. You're probably going to win. Why? Because their voters are just staunch Democrats. They won't give up the ghost. 25%. There was a study that showed that 25% of society, 1 out of 4 people, believed the lies that mainstream media perpetrated. They believed those lies throughout those campaigns and everything. Believe those lies. And I know a lot of those people. I know a lot. Yeah. But that Newsom kind, and like somebody said, it's okay to have, you know what? I applaud it. Have these debates, have these conversations with people that you don't agree with. The problem with Newsom is, in these conversations and these debates, he loses on policy. He loses on policy. Yeah, it's great to have the debate. But as my governor, can you win one? You have to be, as a governor, you have to be able to point out to things that were positive. You know, you have to be able to say, hey, this, and what is there? Oh, we gave illegal immigrant that. Yeah. And I do it again if I'm around for 2028. I think that do, I don't know, might be on the ticket or might not. I don't need to, because I'm going to do a podcast on what I'm about to say. I fear that if the Democratic Party, no, let me change that. I fear that if the Republicans have a red wave in the midterms, that'll just put the nail in the coffin of the Democratic Party as we knew it. Well, it's already different. But there's a wave. I don't know if they'll survive it. Yeah. Let the Republican Party get 60 seats in the Senate. Anyway, guys, I'm just wondering if you guys, you know, because I'm going to watch his podcast. You know, yeah. I'm not too crazy about seeing ships burning as they sink, but I might catch this one a little bit on and off. Anyway, you guys be safe. God bless. And take care of each other.